Hello guys, and welcome back once again to the Asian channel. And today we are going to talk about the Russian Aerospace Force received new Mig-35, and this is according to UAC, or United Aircraft Corporation, although they didn't mention how many fighters were given. The Russian VKS received the upgraded Mig-35. The new variant will be called the Mig35 C, although this doesn't mean that the Mig-35 has already entered serial production. The new upgraded Mig-35 given to the Russian Air Force will be used and tested in a real combat situation for another assessment of the aircraft. Probably it would be used for much bigger scale of operation, because last year I reported that Russia has started using their Mig-35 in Ukraine to test the aircraft's capability and make changes from the lessons learned to improve them. And now it seems this is the result of that, the birth of the new Mig35 C, and as of writing, there was no confirmed report of a Mig35 lost in combat in Ukraine. The Mig35 is a highly upgraded version of the combat-proven Mig-29 multi-role fighter. The Mig-29 Fulcrum is a light, cost-effective multi-role fighter that was designed to rival the American F-16, and it actually did that. The Mig-29 is the second most widely used fourth-generation multi-role fighter in the world, second only to the F-16. It's a similar concept to the Su-35, a highly upgraded version of the original Su-27 airframe. The Mig-35 development started in the 90s, but it only has its first flight in 2016. And by 2018, the first 6 aircrafts were handed to the Russian Air Force to be used for testing and evaluation. But since then, the development of the fighter was delayed. The proposed serial production was also delayed. Initially, Russia planned to purchase 37 Mig-35 to replace their old 253 Mig-29 fighters. But later, the plan was cut to just 24, and later only 6 was purchased. It was also rumored then that many Russian Mig-29 pilots preferred to replace their Mig-29 with the Su-30SM or the Su-35S. But now it seems Russia plans to inject life into the production of Mig-35 program, and might continue on the serial production and purchase a few handful of Mig-35 to keep the program running and to maintain diversity and competition on their aviation fighter industry, so it will not be solely ruled by Sukhoi. According to UAC, the Mig-35 last year met the combat requirement needed by the Russian Air Force, and soon the Russian Ministry of Defense would make the final decision on the delivery and how many future orders of the aircraft, and the first serial batch produced could soon begin. UAC also gladly reported that negotiation is on the way for another country for a possible purchase of the Mig-35, but they didn't mention the name of the country. The Mig-35 is a 4++ multi-role fighter that's designed to be cost-effective to operate, yet still effective and gets the job done of a multi-role fighter. The Mig-35 was developed using 5th-generation technologies and materials, according to UAC. And the Mig-35 is designed to operate in high-intensity armed conflict zones and in conditions of dense enemy air defenses. The Mig-35 is designed for all-weather condition day and night to engage aerial target or ground targets. The Mig-35 is also upgraded to be able to carry all guided missiles and munitions that are carried by the Su-35S and Su-57 fighter. The Mig-35 also uses the latest BINS SP2M jamming-resistant navigation system used by the Su-57 that has longer lifespan and less cost to operate compared to the old ones. The Mig-35 will also be equipped with the new optical location system, a new helmet-mounted targeting system, and a new cheaper but effective jamming-resistant Zhuk phase array radar, a radar with phased array antenna that can attract 30 aerial targets simultaneously at 300 kilometers away and engage 6 of them at the same time. Its RD-33 MKV engine would also be more economical by using modular engine with increased thrust and resource digital afterburner control monitoring system. This is part of Mikoyan's effort to make the fighter cheaper to purchase and operate as part of their selling point as a cost-effective fighter jet. But any potential buyer would have the option to purchase the more effective but more expensive Zhuk AAM electronic scan array or ACE radar. They would have an option for engine without thrust vectoring control to be cheaper, or have the more complex but more capable thrust vectoring control engine to be installed. The Mig35 has a dimension of 17.32 meters or 56.8 feet of length, a wingspan of 12 meters or 39.3 feet, and a height of 4.73 meters or 15.5 feet. The Mig35 engine is capable of producing 5,400 kilograms of thrust and 9,000 with afterburner. It has a payload capacity of 6,500 kilograms. It has 12 external hardpoints that can carry air-to-air and air-to-ground bombs. The Mig35 has a maximum speed of Mach 1.9 or 2,400 kilometers per hour, a maximum range of 2,000 kilometers, and a combat range of 1,000 kilometers. While the Mig35 has an impressive flight ceiling of 57,400 feet. The last order of MiG fighters from Mikoyan was 6 Mig35 from Russia in 2018, 16 Mig29M from Algeria, and 29 Mig29 for India in 2015. That was 5 to 7 years ago. The Mikoyan Corporation was once a glorious aircraft manufacturer during the Soviet Union to rival Sukhoi. Since the collapse of the Soviet Union and the decline of Russian aviation industry, the country has decided to consolidate their aerospace manufacturing companies under one state-owned corporation in UAC. But companies like Sukhoi, Mikoyan, Tupolev, Ilyushin, Yakolev, etc. would have to work separately from each other and work on their own programs individually under state backing.